Hey, this is Frankie Savvy, and this is Hurricane Irene update number 5. Right now, it is 2:30 p.m. on August 27th, 2011. And we are still tracking Irene here. And this is the hurricane tracker here, and I want to just show you a few things. Look at the swath of the storm. Currently, it's located right on the outer banks, if you could see it, the outer banks of North Carolina here. Let me get rid of the area here. And then this is the swath where they think the path is going to bring it as a Category 1 hurricane through New England. Now, this is the swath here. Let me show you where the forecast winds are going to be. And you can see this is where hurricane force winds are going to be extending all the way up the coast. They believe it's going to run parallel along the coast, making landfall just in eastern sections of Queens, Nassau County. Now this could change a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, but anywhere in Suffolk County, Long Island, coastal Connecticut, the 5 boroughs of New York City, please heed the storm down the Jersey Shore, and obviously where it's affecting right now, Virginia Beach, up the Delmarva Peninsula, and North Carolina. This is going to be something for the record books here of the amount of outages, the rain, the storm surge, the wind, and it's just going to last a very long time. And that's our main concern. So that's the path of Irene here. Let's take a look at the radar conditions for the Northeast as of the moment. You could see that a lot of the heavy banding rain is over the mid-Atlantic. There is a lot of rain also on the right portion of this storm, but it's just not as not seen because there's no radar coverage over the Atlantic Ocean here. We could see that some bands are making it up to Long Island and the city, but tropical storm force winds are probably about 100 miles to the south, just now getting into the Delmarva Peninsula. Right now they're having hurricane conditions right in the Outer Banks, and that area will continue up the coast, pretty much running right due parallel to the coast, and will probably take the system into central Long Island and New England before it weakens to a tropical storm in northern New England, which would still cause a severe widespread wind damage and heavy rain. But let's take a look at the satellite image here. And the last time I recorded this, it was actually, I was not looking at the screen. So I'm re-recording the whole update here. Sorry for the jumpiness. Now, as you can see here, very good formation. This hurricane is very well organized. It appears to be slightly shrinking, but that just could be the actual high tops of the clouds. There's less reds in the center, which could just indicate that it's made landfall, and but it will be heading over open waters, so I doubt it's going to weaken much, and you can tell that it's a very, very well organized system at this point, and it looks like it's wobbling a little bit to the east, which may be good for those more inland, but there's a very pretty healthy system coming up the coast, and it will start accelerating, and it's not supposed to weaken much as it heads up the coast. Let's take a look at the National Hurricane Center's website, and again, this is where Irene is. Let's take a look at the 3-day track with the track on and making a larger version of this. Okay, here we go. Let me get it centered here. We have hurricane warnings all the way from the North Carolina, South Carolina border all the way up to Boston. That is a large swath of hurricane warnings, and the system's supposed to move pretty darn slow. It won't be into the New England coast until this time tomorrow. Making landfall, probably the second landfall in New York sometime, I would say 9-10 a.m. in the morning. So the worst conditions would probably be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in New York City and Long Island, and then as you head up to New England, probably later on Sunday, and then into Monday as it heads up to the Canadian border here. So this is where we're at. Again, winds right now, sustained winds for the hurricane are at about 85 miles per hour with higher gusts to 105, I believe. The pressure is slightly down from the last advisory, which was 952. I believe it's down to 950. Now, we're going to definitely watch and see. There's really no strengthening intended for the storm. But we'll see how much it holds together between now and when it gets to the northeast. Obviously, they're predicting a Category 1 hurricane making landfall in Long Island and New York. And the swath is just a large swath of hurricane force winds that you don't find mostly in hurricanes. And one thing I actually wanted to really point out, which let's see if I can find it on the Weather Channel's website. They had a very good diagram, and it appears my internet is giving me trouble right now. Let's see something here. I just wanted to show, they had a actual picture, there we go, of the size of Irene, and I believe, let's see if it's down here. Sorry guys. I don't know where I saw it exactly, but they were showing the size of Irene compared to, let's see if it's here, the size of Irene compared to other hurricanes, which I cannot find now. But it's pretty much just, it's way bigger than Hurricane Charlie. If you guys remember Hurricane Charlie that hit Florida, it's way bigger than that hurricane. It's like 3 times the size of that hurricane, and slightly larger than Katrina at the moment, and slightly smaller than Isabel, which is one of the largest hurricanes that's come in the Atlantic Ocean. So that's my update now. I'm going to have live updates. I'm expecting the weather to start turning to the worst in another 6 to 10 hours here in New York, and the worst of the storm would probably be about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow, but again, it's going to be a long, prolonged event of high winds and power. Now, I may not be able to update the videos so quickly. I'll try to update them for my phone if our power does go out, but if not, I will post more videos as soon as I get electricity back, because you know, most people are probably going to lose electricity in the Northeast. So it's not if we lose electricity, it's pretty much when and for how long. So this is the Hurricane Irene update number 5, and this is the I'll take a look one last time at the projected path at 2 p.m. of the from the National Hurricane Center, and there you go. Please, if you live in these areas, please be careful and make sure you have everything you need. At this point, it's getting really late to get everything, but water, D-batteries, flashlights, fill the bathtub up with water, put the refrigerator on extra cold, so that if the power goes out, it will stay cold longer. And that's it. Just batten down the hatches. Make sure all loose furniture is out of your backyard. And if you live on the water, put those boards up and tape those windows, because it's going to be one heck of a storm. This is Frank Chicarico, signing out. I'll probably have an update probably around 6 o'clock this evening. I will have another further update, and I will start doing some live coverage later on.